what's wrong?
Oh, Professor Burger, I don't know. My math class, right? It meets in room 254.
Okay.
And my art class meets in room 245. But I don't know. I keep getting them confused. And I don't know what I'm doing, where I'm doing it, when I'm doing it.
Joey, relax, Joey. I actually have a math puzzle that will help us figure it out.
You do?
Come on over here. Okay, so here's the question. How are the numbers 254 and 245 alike, and how are they different? And that's exactly what you're asking.
Oh, it's so confusing.
Well, one thing we can do to make it less confusing is to take a look at a little table where, in fact, we label the hundreds, tens, and units digits. And if we write them in, what we see here, the first number, we see 254.
Oh, yeah.
And so now it's clear that we have 2 hundreds, 5 tens, and 4 ones. And the other number, we see 245.
Right.
And so there we see 2 hundreds, 4 tens, and 5 ones. And so immediately we see that the similarity is that they both have the digit 2 in the hundreds. But we see there's differences because, in fact, with the first number has the digit 5 in the tens, and the other one has a 4 in the tens, and the first one has a 4 in the ones and a 5 in the ones for the second number. So you see, so now what we can think of is we can see that the digits are the same because we certainly have the digit 2, 4, and 5 appearing in all the numbers.
That's true.
But the order's a little different, right? Except for the 2s. They both have a 2 in the hundreds place.
Right.
Now, you can actually represent these numbers using base 10 blocks. And so here's how you could represent 254, because each one of these squares, in fact, is 100. So I have 100 and 100. That's 200. And each one of these longs is a 10. So it represents tens. And here I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 tens. And then how many of these little teeny squares? Those are 1, 2, 3, 4. And that makes up 4 here. So 254.
Oh, yeah.
And we could actually do the same thing with the other number if we wanted to.
Right.
And we could look at 245, and we'd see 100 and 100, so that's 200. And now, 1, 2, 3, 4, so we have 4 tens, but now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5 ones.
Exactly. Now, in fact, you can make a quick picture of this. And let me just ask you to think about it for a second. See if you can make a quick picture that renders, in fact, these different base 10 blocks, and we'll see if we agree. Well, let's see how we can do it. And Joy, I want you to see how you can actually make a quick picture of this. If you don't actually have the base 10 blocks handy, you can actually draw these things really nicely. And here's how. For the first one, you can just represent these things with a big square.
Right.
So I draw a big square like this, and then another big square. And then just draw lines for the longs. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then little circles for the ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that represents the number 254.
That's cool.
And now if we want to represent 245, it's the same idea. We draw little squares to represent.
Squares.
Exactly. And then in this case, we've got 4 long. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we have 5 little guys. 1,
5 little
2, 3, 4, 5. And that represents the same thing. So we see the difference. Here's what we see. What we see is the number 254 has 5 tens and 4 ones, whereas the number 245 has 4 tens and 5 ones. And so now you can tell the two numbers apart.
Hey, you know what?
What?
That math looks a lot like art when you draw it like that.
Actually, that's right. So maybe you'll still be confused with what to do in which class.
Oh, no.
No, it's all good. No, math and art, it's all good. Have fun thinking about math and art, and we'll see you soon. No.